another edition of the Strawman Office.
Let's look at the false premise: guns are needed for self-defense. In the U.S., gun violence is relatively small when compared to overall gun use. Gun used for self-defense accounts for the vast majority of gun usage. This gun use in the U.S. is overall for good reasons, for self-defense reasons, to protect oneself. And we are told that this is a good thing. After all, isn't defending oneself a good thing? And if one has the use of a gun to defend oneself, doesn't that increase one's chances of self-defense in and of itself? It would seem that this would be a great response. But the problem here is that it's 2.5 million times a year. That's once every 13 seconds somewhere in the U.S. somebody has to pull out a gun because all other measures have failed. You don't pull out a gun if somebody asks you for $1 on the street. If somebody bumps into you in the store, you don't pull out a gun and say, move. If somebody cuts you off in the car, you don't drive up next to them, whip out a gun and say, all right, buddy, I'm yours. According to the pro-gun lobbyists, 300,000 lives are saved every year by gun defense. Why, that's as many as are killed in Iraq every year. We're now comparing the United States to a country at war that's constantly pulling guns out and shooting at each other? Is that what the U.S. has become? Equivalent to a country that's in the middle of a war? But if we look at gun control, and if we look at self-defense using guns in the world, we find that 2.5 million is an outrageous astronomical number. Why, in many countries, it is illegal to have a gun, to own a gun, for self-defense. Now, why would this be? The only logical answer is because guns are not needed for self-defense in those countries. And if we look at the gun statistics and the gun violence from those countries, we can readily see guns are not required for self-defense. If we take the case of Switzerland, for example, in Switzerland, every male over the age of 17 must have a gun and must have bullets for that gun because it's Swiss law for its conscription to go into the service. And yet in Switzerland, where I lived for 4 years, I did not once feel threatened by somebody at all, ever. However, here in my native country in the United States, almost every day, out late at night, one becomes very wary of what the surroundings are like. The difference is night and day. On November 29th, 2007, the New York Times reported that the European Union legislators were busy writing gun control laws for all of Europe to make sure that all of Europe is in line with the same, and that one state or one country makes it more difficult or easier to get guns. And one of the legislators stated to the New York Times reporter, "We don't want to follow the route of the U.S., where it is too easy for guns to fall in the wrong hands. If you don't have guns, they can't fall in the wrong hands." It was also stated that in Germany, they've only had 5 school shootings in the past 7 years. 5 school shootings in the U.S. would account for 2 months. In the U.S., there are over 90 guns per 100 people. The worst country in Europe is Cyprus at 36, Sweden at 32. There's only 1 gun per 100 people in Poland. The Netherlands, 3. Estonia, Ireland, 9. They don't have guns. They don't have gun violence. They don't have the need to walk around loaded and packed, ready to defend themselves from other citizens. Gun policy, where everybody is forced to wear guns just to walk across the street to go to the liquor store, is absurd and must stop. For the straw man cometh, this is Toy.
Somewhere nicer. Just me and you, we'll go together, taking the view. my God, it's true. Gets brighter later. Oh my God, it's true. Gets brighter later.